Hey guys, it's Casey. Thank you for joining me for Wet and Wild Wednesday. I am your host. Today we are going to be making a clutch. Um, I've got two different purse strings for this one, and it's the rectangular one. You can buy it on Temu or Amazon. I think even Shein has these clutch molds. Just look up resin clutch mold and you'll find a few different ones. And I've got all of these fabulous glitters I'm going to be putting in it. And I'm going to be working with my Color Pro polyurethane casting resin. And first, I'm just going to weigh out my part B of the Color Pro polyurethane casting resin. It is a clear polyurethane casting resin. Not many companies sell this in clear. Specialty Resin does. I do have a discount code for you guys down in the description box if you all want to check it out. It cures in 15 minutes, rock hard. It's tenable. You can do all the things with it like you would your regular epoxy resin. Okay, first off, I'm just going to add some of this turquoise glitter. And I'm just going to add a variety of all the glitters I've got here. This is the light blue. These are from Black Diamond. They're really, really pretty. Black Diamond has some gorgeous pigments, guys. If you haven't ever checked them out, you ought to. They really have some next level stuff. And these holographic glitters, they come in a Decorum kit that I bought. So I'm putting the blue and the green, all of the oceany colors that I could find. I really wanted this to resemble the look of an ocean. And I wanted the gold full in there kind of to resemble sand. So I'm putting in my gold full with my glitters. I honestly wish I hadn't put the gold full in it because it does leave a texture on my purse, which I actually kind of liked, but it could be sharp in edges. So I wouldn't suggest doing this with a polyurethane casting resin or when you ain't got much room on the top surface. I'm just going to end up going ahead and dumping all of this glitter in here. I don't have a whole lot left, and I wanted to make sure that this thing is fully covered in glitter, because glitter sinks, as we all know. And this polyurethane casting resin is water thin, so it's going to sink very quickly. So I want to get this in there and really pack it in. Okay, once I've got all of my glitters in, I'm going to add just a little bit more of the holographic. I wanted some sequins popping here and there. I wanted a good mix of everything. And so I'm going back in with all the colors, making sure I put a little bit of everything else in there. Now I'm going to mix it really well. And look at that. Isn't that a gorgeous color? It's this dark navy blue with light blue sparkles and greens. It's gorgeous. I love the way that glitter come out. And then I wanted to pull this out of the way and add some more of the gold leaf. I'm going to finish off this bag of the gold leaf and put it all in here because there wasn't a whole lot left. I wanted a little bit more gold leaf because there wasn't a whole lot showing. And I think I'm going to grab some more. I just don't think that was enough for this. I ended up grabbing this turquoise glitter as well. I love this color right here. This turquoise. It came in a set of, I think there was 10 or 15 different glitters I got off Amazon for like 15 bucks. And it's absolutely gorgeous. They had a bunch of holographic glitters, and I really love holographics. I think they're gorgeous. And I'm going to put some more gold foil in here. Like I said, it just wasn't enough for me at this time. But like I said, in hindsight, I probably wouldn't have put the gold foil in at all, because it does leave a texture on the purse. And the texture, like I said, sticks up off of the purse, and you can touch it, and there's some sharp edges, and I really didn't like that, but it still come out super beautiful. Now I'm going to get this all mixed in, and then I'm going to grab part A of the polyurethane casting resin, and I'm going to mix up 2.5 more ounces of the part A into the part B. So that's going to be a total of 5 ounces, and that's exactly what it takes for this purse. But I didn't count for all the extra space of the glitter, and I really only needed 4 ounces. But I'm going to go in and go ahead and mix in the other 2.5 ounces right now. Once I get it measured up and mixed in, we're just going to move the purse over and pour it into this purse, guys. Now the purse does have very thin walls on the sides, and it doesn't have much room to work with on top either. It is a very shallow mold, very, very shallow, and I love it, but it is a little hard to work with because of the shallow walls. So the polyurethane resin was actually great for the shallow walls because it's so thin. But I can't imagine working with a thick epoxy or something trying to get them down in them walls. That would be really hard to do. And now I'm going to mix this. You have to mix this stuff for at least 30 seconds, guys. You want to scrape the bottom, the sides, do all the things. Mix it really well until you feel it starting to get warm in your hand. Once you feel it getting warm in your hand, it's time to pour. So I'm going to mix this for a good 30 seconds. And I'm going to pour this off into my purse mold. Just as simple as that. And my table wasn't quite level. So you're going to see I'm going to have a little bit of a fight here. Kind of over pouring. And I got my table leveled out. I pull out some of these gold chunks, because that one was huge and sticking up out of it. But once I got my table leveled out, it was just fine. I didn't realize I'd started on an unlevel surface, obviously. And I'm just going to take my finger and go around the edges and try to clean that up a little bit. And then I'm going to pull out the edges of the walls. I'm just going to pull these out to the side and make sure all my resin's got down into the sides of this. Because of all that gold foil, I wasn't sure that it did. And I want to make sure it's in all the corners and everything. So you really want to pull out on the side walls. Now, it's been 15 minutes. It's time to demold. So we're going to go ahead and get this one out of its mold. I've got a little bit of overpour. Not a whole lot. This thing is a little tricky to demold. It really suctions itself in there. But I got it out. No problem. It's still fighting me at this point. But there it is. I do have some overpour on the sides, like I was saying. But that's easily cleaned up. Not a problem at all. Most of this is just going to peel right away. Yeah, it was very thin. The overpour wasn't a whole lot. It wasn't that hectic. But look how sparkly that is, guys. Look how gorgeous that is. Look at the colors of that. You can see every blue, every green, every turquoise, and all that gold foil. I just wish that the top was as flat as the inside with the foil. Because that's what you're going to see. You're going to see the back side of it. Now, it's time to move on to part 2. I have to have 2 of these bag pieces. So we're going to do this again. We're going to mix up our glitter again. We're going to start with part B of the polyurethane casting resin. We're just going to pour our glitter in and get it all mixed up. And since I used up some of the other glitters, I'm not going to be using the exact same combination of glitter, but I'm going to be keeping it as similar as possible. I found more of this turquoise glitter that I had in a kit, some lime green, some more light blue, some sky blue colored, and then I've got all these holographic ones over here I'm going to use again. I'm going to use the black diamond, I think this one's called Starry Night. It's a light blue and silver mix. And I'm going to use the two holographic glitters that I had from the Deco kit, resin kit. And then once I get all those in here, I'm just going to stir and mix these glitters together. I'm not going to add any gold foil this time. I need this surface to be flush. I need it to be flat. So I'm just going to measure out the rest of my resin and mix in my glitter into both parts of the resin. Mix it for a good 30 seconds. Once I get that all mixed up, we're just going to pour it over into the mold. So like I said, a good 30 minutes, scraping the sides, scraping the bottom. You want to make sure that you're incorporating each and every part of this resin because you don't have long to mix it. Even though it is super thin, you really want to mix it as well as you can until you feel it getting warm in your hands. And now I'm just going to pour it off into the mold and make sure my table is level. And now we're going to demold it. It's been 15 minutes. It's that simple. Mix, pour, and give it 15 minutes and you're ready to demold. And look how sparkly that is, guys. It is so gorgeous. I love the color of this. I love the shade that come out. It is a bit different than the other one, but when you put the two together, you really can't tell because of the gold foil. Now that I've got it out and I've got the other part already done, it's time to start putting the purse together. Now the purse is very, very simple to put together. All you're going to want to do is glue the two parts to the frame. Now I've got the frame pulled out and I'm going to try to make sure that it fits into the slots and everything. Now you do want to pay attention to this because that dip up top has to be up top. So if you put any type of decoration or design on your purse, you want to make sure that dip is facing your top of your mold. So what I'm going to do right now is go ahead and glue the first piece onto the frame. I'm going to use the B7000 craft glue. I don't know how long this is going to work. I would really rather use another glue, but just for the purpose of the video, I grabbed the B7000 and it did work. It did hold it together. I don't know how long it would last though, but I did go around the edges of this with the B7000. It took some squeezing to get it out of this little tube because it has a needle point on the edge. I end up cutting that needle point off, but all you want to do is go around your edges with your glue. Make sure you get in all the corners and everything, and down all the lines, down the sides, across the bottom. You want to make sure you get it all. And then you're just going to take your piece and set it in place, making sure that gap is up top. Now I'm just going to turn this upside down and let it dry, and we're going to move on to the other part. I'm going to grab it's not a UV-DTF sticker. It's made just like the UV-DTFs. It has the front and the back sticker on it, but it is a vinyl sticker. I'm going to grab this vinyl sticker and we're going to put the vinyl sticker on the front of the bag. Now this is where the Wet and Wild comes in on mine, because not only am I trying to use ocean colors, but my ocean theme is going to be my sticker. My sticker is just adorable. Check this out. Here he is. A big gnome. He's oceany. He's got seashells and little bottles, and he has all the things. He's adorable. But we're just going to peel the back off, stick it to the surface, and then we're going to work that backing completely off of it. And then once I do that, I'm going to go around the edges. I'm going to make sure I've pressed it down and it's flush, it's flat. And then I'm going to take and press down this little piece that overlaps, because his little hat overlapped. And we're going to pull this top sticker completely off. Just that simple. And then we're going to take and we're going to flatten out the base of it. I don't think you can see me doing that, but we're going to flatten out the sticker on the base and make sure it's all rubbed down and flush. And I'm going to rub down from the back side as well, making sure that it's fully adhered. And then all we've got left to do is to take and glue this guy on. All we got to do is glue the front of the purse to the back. So we're going to go around it again with the B7000 glue. Very simple to do. Just outline the purse with the glue. And I don't know if this glue is going to be strong enough to hold this back very long. I really don't think it will. But like I said, I just used it for the purpose of this video. But I'm going to go ahead and stick the front of my purse onto the backing now, making sure that that hole is up top. That's really the most important part. That hole has to be up top by the hinge, or the clasp, whatever you call it, whatever, where you open it up. But the hole has to be up top. Now we're just going to take and press it down really well all the way around, make sure it's in place. And we're going to add our chains. I have two different chains for this purse. I've decided to go with the shelly looking one. I thought the tortoiseshell looking one was really pretty, and I thought it went best with the look of this bag. So we're just going to attach it on both sides. Just has little clasps. Once I get those two attached, my purse is complete, guys. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to show you the center of it real quick. And I'm going to show you the back again. But that's it for me today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you like what you see here. It's a really beautiful bag. I'd carry this anywhere. I think this is great to take to the beach, put your phone in, you know, keep it out of water, you know, protect your phone, put your wallet down in there. It's not going to hold a whole lot. And there we go. It already has the plastic pieces attached, because this one came from Amazon. The ones from Amazon have the inside plastic pieces attached. The ones from Temu do not. So, that's it for me today, guys. Thank you for joining us for Wet and Wild Wednesdays. And we will see you next week. I appreciate you watching. If you haven't, please take the time to like, share, comment, and subscribe. You guys have a beautiful, blessed day.